not have to be an artist to create beautiful art, okay? I promise. All right, so today we're gonna stick with transfers, okay? We're just gonna stick with a transfer. We're gonna do something easy. This is DIY paint, and so this is what is on here. I just went ahead and painted it so you wouldn't have to go through that. So, and I didn't do anything to the board, all right? All I did was make sure it was clean, painted this, and dried it. Okay, so it's not sealed. It's not sealed, and I'm gonna be putting these birds, okay, the little birds from the Brocante Transfer. Okay, so this has been a favorite transfer of many, okay, because there's so many. Ooh, what is that? That's resin. So let me get back to the transfer. So look at all the fun little things that are in here, all right? So see those two sets of birds? I've already used one set, and see, look how much, it's just a variety of things. That's why everybody loves this one, because there's so much. I'm gonna cut these off because I'm not using them. This is gonna be a simple, I really like simple things. And so I'm just gonna make it simple. And if you've never used transfers or something, this is just a good thing to start with. Just something simple, something painted. It can be a canvas. They go on canvas, they go on wood pieces, they go on glass. They go on just about anything, metal. So you just take your backing off, okay, of your transfer. Y'all, this is it's just so easy. And so again, I'm just going to put it over it and just hope that it comes off, because it's not sealed, but it has been dry a while. Okay, I'm gonna try to center the birds. Let me see, what should I go by? I'm going by the stick, and then I'll make sure it's kind of straight. And then all you do, you have your stick, you have your rubbing stick, and you just literally rub it on. Okay, you rub it on. Okay, so we have stamps. This is easier than stamps. We have molds. This is easier than molds. We have paint inlays, and it's absolutely easier than the paint inlays. It's instant gratification too, right? That's what I always say. It's not messy. You don't have to roll out paint or ink. You don't have to use clay. You don't have to do anything but rub it on. And y'all have seen me do it on glass, where, you know, that's all you do. You just rub it on glass and you're done. You don't even have to seal it. Well, these are so pretty. There's so many. And if you don't like birds, now I don't know how you cannot love birds. I may have to question my friendships. But y'all, there's so many to choose from. You saw on that on the sheet how many there are to choose from. And rubbing this like this is not going to damage your piece. Okay, you're not going to scratch up anything. The only time this would be not good is if your paint was wet still, and you start digging in your digging on your transfer, and the paint's wet. You're just going to start like digging into the paint, and then the transfer is going to pull up the paint and not stick. Okay, so I always say I'm just used to my paint because, you know, like I said, it's good and dry, and it's a chalk paint. It's a clay-based chalk paint, and see how easily it's coming off? It's coming off beautifully. So it just depends on your paint and how much you have on there, but if you could take the time to seal it, and look how pretty that is. Look how pretty, and just so simple, right? Simple as it can be. And so now, you know, you could absolutely just leave it just like this. Now you would want to seal it. But what I thought I would do, because y'all know I can't ever just stop. I'll turn it like that, and maybe y'all can see better. I'm going to take, let's see, I'm going to take a little bit of Prom Queen paint. All right, so look at this. I'm thinking, will this blue kind of tie in some of the blue on this bird. So pretty. So what I wanted to do is do a wash, okay? Get a little paint out. Okay, let's just see. It doesn't take much. All right, and then this would be better if you had a little styrofoam bowl, and I don't. All right, so I'm gonna take water out of my spritzer bottle. Just pour it in here. And then try not to slosh this around. I need my apron. I don't know where my apron is. All right, so I'm gonna stir it lightly. Now, a lot of times I will, and some of you guys probably seen me do this, but a lot of times I will take, if it's just a plain board that we buy at Lowe's and I get my husband to cut, gosh, that stuff's expensive now, so you're better off just to buy cabinet doors or just some old art or old wood or something, you know? But anyway, I'm just gonna paint some of this on, okay? Just come down through here. You can always touch it up, like where I get paint or I don't want it. And you can just paint it, you know, get a little art brush and paint it really good, but I don't want it just flat paint. I want to do a little wash. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that is a good blue. You know, this is Prom Queen. That's what this blue is called. Prom Queen by DIY. And at first, I could not sell this color. I mean, it just would not sell. And now I can't keep it in stock. Someone said that's, you know, the blue's in this year. All right, so here, my paper towel should be a little wet. My paint's drying, but I'm just kind of blotting some off. You don't have to. You could just leave it on there. And actually, let me just get some off. I'm going to see if I like it, or I may just, oh, there's a lot more on this side. I'm thinking I may just blend the blue and white instead of doing this, because it's really hard when you've got, well, I don't know. Let me think about it. I'm going to do it and see. So I'm just going to keep turning my rag. You have to get up on those side pieces or it's just not going to look good. You can rub, you know, a little hard. I kind of twist my paper towel. Now again, my paper towel is, I put it under the faucet and then squeezed it out. So, you kind of have to do this fast or else add more water. And see, I rubbed it really hard right there. So DIY paint will come off if you, you know, if it's not sealed and if you wet it or anything like I just did right there. But it's fine because I'm probably going to add a little copper metallic on the high points of this stuff. I actually think I like this. What I just did, y'all. Never fear. DIY paint is near. All right, so let me get the paint back out. So that is one good thing about the paint, and I think I do like it like this, y'all. I think I like it, let me see. Some spots where you can always just add more, see? Where it's kind of, where it's a little, where you've wiped it off too much. All right, so let me get this a little heated up. Isn't that pretty? It looks like little clouds. All right, so I'm just gonna take another little artist brush, and I'm just gonna paint back over these because I want to keep these white, I think, because I think I'm gonna go over them. I'm doing a lot of thinking. I think I'm gonna go over these with copper metallic, maybe just a little. And if you did it with just a piece of, you know, regular wood or canvas, you wouldn't have to do all this. I'm making this harder than it would have to be. But I do think it would be pretty if you taped off an area and painted, you know, gave it like a little painted frame. That way it's pretty and you don't have to frame it. Let's see. You could always tape this so you wouldn't get paint on it, right? You can just put painter's tape right over. But I mean, the odds are of you having something exactly like this. It's not, and I didn't know what I was gonna do for real. All right, just draw this one little section. So I have this Paint Couture metallic copper. All right, so this is the special sauce. What is going on? I love Paint Couture's metallics. Okay. They have mica powders in them, and so they really sparkle. Okay. Now, but you have to be careful. When you got to stir it because all those little pretty mica powders will settle at the bottom. And I usually slosh out about half of it when I'm stirring. So this one's actually doing pretty good. If it sits for a long time, oh my gosh, you really have to stir. So it's not messed up, but they just settle into a big clump at the bottom. So you have to keep, but look how pretty that is, y'all. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right. This is what I like to use. You can use anything. A lot of times I will just use this. You know, just whatever I stir it with, okay? And just hit the high points like this. See how it's more, it's just a lot more subtle when you do it like this than if I used my finger and did it. So again, I just take my little stick here and just kind of just get it right on the high points. Of course, I can't see what I'm doing way over here. Reload. Like that. See, that's, I just love that. I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Sorry, y'all, I got like excited. So yeah, so let me use it and show you what I don't know what it is about. And you know what, if it was even a little, if I like banged it up a little bit, probably even better. You can either dump out a little bit of paint and then blot it in there, or just do this. And I would just do the same thing, just kind of hit it like that, but just like that, and that's all I want to do. So I like it like this. If y'all can kind of see how it's it's very subtle, okay? So I don't paint the whole thing, but remember what I said at the beginning of this video. You do not have to be an artist, right, to create beautiful art, all right? So what about this? What about this would make me an artist? I mean, you can be an artist and not be like a fine technical artist, right? You can do this. You can absolutely do this. You can do all this stuff behind me with no skills, no previous skills, okay? I promise. And if you really want some hands-on, help or whatever, I do have a membership, the Creative Junkies. We do projects like this every month. And, I step by step. So check it out. I think I have the link up at top on the top of the description. I think it's pinned right there if you ever want any extra help. All right, ladies. If you have any more questions, let me know. I'll come back and answer them. And in the meantime, you have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.